The sun is rising on a new college football season, but here it's setting over Waco and over McLean Stadium as we get ready for a Friday night Week 1 matchup between the Auburn Tigers and the Baylor Bears. And you can catch all that action right here on the Baylor Lariat Radio. Hi, everyone, and I hope you all are doing well. I'm Jeffrey Cohen, and alongside me is Aidan O'Connor. And Aidan, we are finally here. The college football season is upon us. The grass is greener. The sunsets are prettier. Everything is just right. And for this Baylor team, expectations could not be higher.
Oh, they could not. I mean, last year they were 8-4 during the regular season, had a loss to LSU in the bowl game, but tremendous win streak towards the end of the season, 6 straight games that they won. And now they're looking this year to prove upon that and be like, hey, we have all of our guys together. They're coming back, and we're ready to fight this year and ready to establish ourselves within the Big 12.
And as you mentioned, both teams are trying to gear up. They're trying to get better this season. Both teams kind of middle of the pack, both teams really hitting the transfer portal this season. And tell us about that. Baylor, especially on defense, 13 transfers, a lot of impact guys coming in at every single level of that defense, and same thing with Auburn.
Yeah, I mean, Auburn, their offense is entirely different now. You have transfers like Jackson Arnold starting at QB today, and then you have receiving tight ends like Preston Howard adding more to the offense. Darrell Robinson coming in from Connecticut, adding that 6.8 yards a carry. And then you even look at the wide receiving room. You have Eric Singleton, who led Georgia Tech in receiving yards. I mean, their entire offense has completely changed. And then you look at Baylor's defense, and you have people like Matthew Fobbs-White, who led Tulane in sacks and had the best PFF pass rush grade for them. I mean, just a lot of impact players on all sides. And then Baylor's offense as well, you have people like Cole Wilson, Kobe Prentice coming in and creating even more wide receiving targets for Sawyer Robertson.
Yeah, that Baylor offense ranking 19th in the FBS in scoring 34.4 points per game. But on that defense, it was a different story. That defense giving up 21.3 points per game. So that secondary took a lot of that slack last year, giving up 213 passing yards a game. And again, it's really just trying to form this team as a whole unit. You can't just be one side or another. Last year, it was all offense. Defense was kind of lagging behind. But now it's time for everyone to step up. And what a great experience it is for these guys. What a great day it is. I mean, this seems like the perfect moment for both these teams. Baylor, as you said, finished last season on a 6-game winning streak. A lot of expectations. Sold out crowd tonight here at McLean Stadium for Week 1 and the first matchup against Auburn since 1976. It'll be a fun one tonight, and the pregame show will roll on. When we come back, we'll be discussing our keys to the game and what Baylor has to do to kind of get through that gauntlet of an early schedule. But make sure to stay tuned right here on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Hey Bears! Are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
You're listening to Baylor football on the Baylor Lariat Radio. We just heard a rendition of our nation's anthem, and before the national anthem and the invocation, had a moment of silence for football player Alex Foster, who tragically passed away in his Mississippi home just a few months ago. They'll be wearing a decal on the back of their helmets throughout this season, where his number 95 and AP under it, that was his nickname, and along with that, they also have a decal to honor the victims of those that were in the tragic floods in Central Texas. And from all of us here at Baylor Lariat Radio and Baylor Lariat, again, we send out our thoughts and prayers to them. But a great just recognition and great way to come together and just to honor what's truly important in life and our loved ones. And now starting to get ready for some football. The Baylor line, the storied tradition here at Baylor University, about to kick off. And just a few more thoughts before we get to kickoff, Aidan. And we're thinking about, just all that has gone on. We were talking about transfers, those guys that have really stayed, those guys that have returned. Those are the heartbeats of these teams. And for Baylor, Sawyer Robertson is one of those guys. Some hail him as a dark horse Heisman candidate, and we're going to get to see him for the first time this season, taking the reins as the Week 1 starter for the first time in his career.
I mean, yeah, Sawyer is, after last season's performance, it's no surprise that he is a dark horse Heisman candidate, but this game is very pivotal for him, for how he is going to do against an SEC defense. Because last year in the bowl game versus LSU, you could see there was a bit of a struggle there, even with LSU having starters out, throwing 3 picks. So today, Baylor's really going to be relying on Sawyer to take that next jump. How he's going to play versus a bigger SEC defense like this Auburn team. And then also, a big thing for the Baylor offense is now with Dawson Pendergrass out earlier in the year, how are they going to be able, who's going to step up in that running back 2 role? Is it going to be Caden Knighton? Is it going to be Michael Turner? Is it going to be Joseph Dodds? How are they going to be able to pick up the slack that he left off?
Yeah, well, and those 2 guys that you mentioned, Michael Turner and Caden Knighton, both true freshmen this year. Caden Knighton, a 3-star recruit, and then Michael Turner, a 4-star. Yeah, as you said, they're going to have to pick it up. And it's, this is all, kind of a learning curve that we'll especially see in the first quarter, this first half of the season. But again, high expectations, so there's not a whole lot of room for error. But as well on the defensive side, you really can't let those really good wideouts let loose for Auburn. If you're the Baylor secondary that struggled a lot last season, 94th in passing yards allowed per game, you've got guys like Eric Singletary, you got guys like Cam Coleman, Horatio Fields, you name it. Those guys are dogs, right? They can get the job done, and I think you got to hold them down. You got to really get to Jackson Arnold. You got to get to those quarterbacks early so they don't send the ball that way to their star receivers. But again, we'll see how it goes. Again, really important game for both teams and for Baylor. This is just the first of a couple of really difficult games to start this season. You got Auburn, and then you go to Dallas next week to play SMU, and you got an easier game to finish out the non-conference schedule against Stanford, and then you got Arizona State, you got K-State, and you got TCU. So what does Baylor have to do to be able to work their way through that gauntlet of a schedule and kind of find that smooth sailing once it gets to the second half?
I mean, that's a heck of a test. This is really, is Baylor legit? Because they're facing a bunch of teams that could really test them. And this year, like you said, what is it going to be for them to be able to get through those gauntlets? And I think it's all the continuity with all the coaches from this year, from Dave Aranda getting his first full season calling defensive plays. Last time he did that, LSU won a championship. Then you have Jake Spavital on the offensive side calling plays again. There's just so much continuity, and can they build upon that? And if their offense is anything like it was the last half of last year, then good things are in store for the team. And then also those defensive transfers we were talking about earlier, Aranda's leadership, that can make a big difference in these games versus a team like Auburn or versus a team like SMU. So those are the things that Baylor needs to get down pat to be prepared to face a much tougher schedule this year.
Yeah, and with the expanded 12-team college football playoff, all Power 4 conference champions get a spot. So Baylor, regular season, if you win the Big 12 championship, if you're a really, really good runner-up in the Big 12, you got a spot in the college football playoff where they can really make some noise. I mean, they're coming back to go back on that 24. That was inches away, is so close to making the college football playoff. But now here they are again, a great team. But really, you just got to see it on the field. And as you said, SEC defense, Sawyer Robertson struggled against LSU in the bowl game, did end up with 445 yards. That's a career best and sixth best all-time single season by a Baylor quarterback. Yeah, it's just going to be a test. There's nothing else you can really do but just let it play out as Baylor. You got to see if Sawyer can come up to it. You can see if the running back room can come up to it. And also, I mean, this whole offense is just hands down, like top to bottom, just elite. I mean, I love that O-line. I mean, returning 4 of the 5 stars from last year, some really big bodies. But again, it's all about, hey, can Sawyer and that O-line, can they compete against that really good defensive front from Auburn? Those linebackers and those D-line, they're scary, right? They got experience. They're veteran guys, and they're big too. So can Sawyer pick up on those blitzes? Can the O-line win the line of scrimmage and push it out farther so that Sawyer Robertson has room to work and can send the ball down the field if it has to take him an extra second or two? Can they get Bryson Washington to start going downhill before any contact with an Auburn defender? These are the questions that are going to be answered.
And this is the night to see. Questions are going to be answered. Is Auburn ready to take the next step? Hugh Freeze has had past success in his 3rd season as the head coach for all of his teams. Are they going to be able to be back to their prominent form that they were before when they had players like Cam Newton? Is Baylor going to be able to take the success away from last season? Because they were very close for competing for that Big 12 championship. If they had not started off the season slow and had Sawyer and everybody else starting, it might have ended up different. So this is all about who is going to be able to prove we deserve to be here and we deserve a spot in the college football playoff come the end of the year.
Well, we're in store for a great game tonight under the lights of McLean Stadium. Friday night matchup kickoff in just a minute. But again, that Baylor offense, that lineup, Sawyer Robertson under center. And that running back, Bryson Washington, the first Baylor freshman running back to eclipse 1,000 yards. He also had 12 touchdowns. Those receivers, Josh Cameron, the redshirt senior, he'll be leading that charge. Ashton Hawkins, a 6th-year who got granted his final year of eligibility just a few weeks ago after some issues with the NCAA, but he's back and ready for Another season. Cole Wilson, a transfer from Texas State, was teammates with Ashton Hawkins for a season. And then Michael Trigg back at tight end. A lot of continuity, as we've been talking about all pregame. And then that O-line, well, that's dangerous. Sidney Bugard, the left tackle. Ryan Lengo, the left tackle. Colton Price, the center. Remington Trophy watch list. Omar Ibedion at right guard. And then number 7 for the right tackle, Caden Saraki. That's your Baylor offense. And then on the defensive side, at that front, you got Cooper Land, who in the spring moved from defensive tackle to edge rusher. DJ Kalu at nose tackle. Jackie Marshall, the redshirt senior, at D tackle. Matthew Fobbs White, the weak side linebacker. And then Keaton Thomas, the MAC. One of the leaders on this Baylor defense, along with Kylan Reed and DJ Coleman. Kevin Williams, Jacob Redding, Devin Bobby, and LeVar Thornton are in the secondary going from left to right. And Towns Mago will kick it off for Auburn. It's Cole Wilson in the end zone, and we are underway on the 2025 college football season. And the ball rolls through the end zone for a touchback. And so Baylor will have the ball first. And out comes the commander, a redshirt senior quarterback out of Lubbock, Texas, Sawyer Robertson. He's on the Davey O'Brien Award watch list, the Maxwell Award watch list. He took the reins in week 3 last season, and he did not let go. Over 3,000 yards passing, 28 touchdowns to 8 interceptions, a 62% passing percentage, 7th in QBR and in rating. In the shotgun, Bryson Washington to his left, 3 receivers to his right, 1 on the left side. Motions Washington to the right, gets him behind the line of scrimmage, and he's taken down at the 28-yard line.
I see, that's good, getting Bryson Washington involved early, but some of that blocking on the right side by the receivers, there's got to be better blocks for Bryson Washington to get space, because that was blown up from the start.
Baylor not wasting much time. Move the 3 receivers to the left. Gets the snap, fakes the handoff to Washington. Surveying the field, throws it up the middle, tipped up, and it's incomplete. Intended for Michael Trigg, throws a little bit behind him.
Baylor offense has got to settle down for this 3rd down. Can't be letting the nerves get to you.
Caleb Harris, the strong safety, almost making the pick. And it'll be a false start against the Baylor offense.
And that's something you don't want to see, shooting yourself in the foot at the beginning of the game. But we'll see, can they collect themselves on this 3rd down and get themselves back into this drive and not have a 3 and out.
So now, 3rd and 16, ball on the 19-yard line. Sawyer gets the snap, throws up the middle, has a man open, and it's a 1st down for the Bears. It's the tight end Michael Trigg on the reception. And Baylor moving quick, and we'll get a stoppage of play. We'll have a review.
I think they're looking to see whether the spot was a 1st down or not. But that was a great pass by Sawyer, finding Michael Trigg, one of his favorite targets last year. One of his favorite targets last year, and a big part of some TCU making that big 4th down grab that really set them up to kick that walk-off field goal.
Well, now they have the ball right on the 35-yard line. And where they have it right now, be just a 1st down at review. And it's close for sure, but we'll see if they have enough. Remember, on these reviews, you got to have straightforward evidence that cannot be disputed to overturn a call. Well, I can tell it's a close one.
It'll be interesting to see if it is called a fourth down. Will Aranda go for it on fourth down such an early time in the game?
Here's the call. And so the call is overturned. It'll be fourth down with just mere inches to go for Baylor. And here comes that offense. Dave Aranda, one of the most aggressive coaches in college football when it comes to fourth downs. We'll see if it pays off here on their first drive of the season. Too tight. Three receivers to the right, one to the left. Bryson Washington right next to Sawyer in the shotgun. Motions Michael Trigg. Hand off to Washington. And he's met at the line of scrimmage, but will power through it for enough yards to get the first down.
Great misdirection by Savin, making the defense wonder who is going to get the ball. Is it going to be an end around or is it going to be a run?
Baylor again, hurry up offense. Here's the snap. Fake handoff to Washington. Sawyer rolling to his left. He'll tuck it and he'll fall down. And around the line of scrimmage. Nothing open there.
Good on Sawyer, though, to get out of the pocket and at least try to get back to the line of scrimmage because his first read wasn't there. Couldn't find anything else. Just might as well take off and run.
Coming in at center is Colton Saraki, brother of right tackle Caden Saraki, coming in for Colton Price. Bryson Washington motions out of the backfield. Muff snap, but a throw up the middle. He has a man. Caught. It's Cole Wilson, the Texas State transfer. At the 46-yard line. Third and short for the Bears. Moved Michael Trigg in on the left side of that offensive line. They're sort of reading that defense. Here's the 3rd and 1 play. Tosses it to Washington, and he's got room. First down, and he breaks one tackle, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 30-yard line. A big run for Bryson Washington, and it's another Baylor Bear first down. A great option play by the Baylor Bears. Sawyer Robertson started running to his right and gets the quick pitch to Bryson Washington right before he's taken down. And well-run play and gets a big gain for the Bears there. Empty backfield. Michael Trigg motioned to the left. Under pressure, throws it to the sideline, and it's over the head of Michael Trigg and incomplete.
And going back to the 2 plays ago with Bryson Washington, I mean, that must be such a happy sight for Aranda to see him back out on the field after missing that LSU bowl game.
So Baylor currently on the Auburn 36-yard line. Move that spot back. And it's a handoff. That's Caden Knighton running to his left, and he's taken down inside the 20. The true freshman running back finding some room, and the Bears keep the chains rolling. Bears again not wasting any time. They snap the ball quickly. Another handoff to Knighton. He tries to go to the right, but he's met early right at the line of scrimmage.
That was a great first run by Knighton before that stop there at the line of scrimmage. Just getting himself into the game, getting used to how college football flow and the play of everything.
Started to go to the left, trying to redirect to his right, but was met by 3 Auburn defenders. Now 2nd and 10 on the Auburn 19, 11:21 and ticking. Handoff to Knighton once again, and taken down by number 6, DeMarcus Riddick, a sophomore out of Clinton, Alabama.
A guy who's Auburn is looking to take even a bigger this year, making the SEC freshman team last year, a part of a very good group of linebackers.
Played in all 12 games last season, 27 tackles, 5 of those for a loss. Also paired that with a nice 3 sacks. 3rd and 10. Quick throw to Washington, and he's dropped. Try to get him on the bubble screen, but the throw was too out in front. So that'll bring on the field goal unit.
That's a tough way to end the drive, but getting into rhythm, getting into this game, not just be up to Baylor's defense. Can they stop Auburn's offense? And for Jackson Arnold, how is he going to play in the Tiger uniform?
So Connor Hawkins will be on to kick. The kick is up, and it is good. The Bears are on the board for the first time this season. They take a 3-0 lead after they stall inside the Auburn 20-yard line. And we'll get our first look at the Baylor defense when we come back. You're listening to Baylor Football on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Baylor leads 3-0 over the Auburn Tigers. 10:36 remaining in the first quarter. Baylor moving down inside the Auburn 20, stalled out at about the 19-yard line. And Connor Hawkins drilled the field goal, his first in his collegiate career, previously 0 for 1. Now he's on for the kick. And it'll be a touchback.
And now we get to see Jackson Arnold in his first start to the Auburn Tigers, along with many other newcomers as we talked about in the pregame show. Hamilton to Horatio Field, this is their time to prove that they are legit.
Jackson Arnold, the transfer from Oklahoma. Passed for a little over 1,400 yards and 12 touchdowns as a sophomore, playing in 10 games with 9 starts for the Sooners. He hands it off to Damian Olsen, and he's brought down early. It's Keaton Thomas flexing that muscle. The leader on that defense last season led the defense with 114 tackles, one more than his linebacker partner Matt Jones, who had 113. Again, this is another question for the quarterbacks. Hugh Freeze said just a couple weeks ago he'll utilize all 3 quarterbacks. Throwing a slant, dropped right through the hands of Cam Coleman, a sophomore out of Phoenix City, Alabama.
Cam Coleman last year finishing number 1 in the country in receiving touchdowns, so they're hoping to see some of that today.
Quickly to 3rd and 10 minutes left on the clock in this quarter. 3 receivers to the right, to the left, 1 to the right. And the Baylor fans in a sold-out crowd packed McLean Stadium. They're getting up for a big 3rd down early in this ball game. Here's the snap. Under pressure. Gets past the snap, but he's taken down. It's Matthew Fobbs White.
He's shown what he did at Tulane, leading that team in sacks and best PSF pressure rate. He is a force to be reckoned with on the defensive line.
And so a 3 and out for the Auburn Tigers. Hudson Cox, the one to punt it, sends it to Josh Cameron, who will call for a fair catch. That's right at the 35-yard line. Bears not too bad of field position, but a great stand by the defense keeps this game at 3-0. We'll be back. You're listening to Baylor football on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Hey there, Bears! Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Fobbs White with the big sack on 3rd down to force the 3 and out. That's his first as a Baylor Bear.
Now Baylor getting set up, trying to put some more points on the board.
Sawyer Robinson back out with his offense, hands it off to Bryson Washington, who tries to go up the middle, but again, met for no gain.
I mean, apart from that run from Knighton earlier, it's been really hard so far for both of these teams to run the ball.
Yeah, Matthew Fobbs White, a transfer from Tulane, at a 91.3 pass rush grade by Pro Football Focus, the highest on the Green Wave. Fake handoff, and he's throwing it down the sideline. And Cole good! He's streaking to the end zone. He's taken down inside the 10.
I mean, Cole Wilson really putting his name out there today. That big catch on the first drive, and then that one almost going for a touchdown. What an impressive performance so far.
Third catch from Cole Wilson. The Baylor offense, which was fairly conservative in that first drive, now letting it fly down at the 8-yard line. Hand off to Washington up the middle. Pushes his way for a couple of yards, and he's down at the 5-yard line.
And that was what Spavital loved last year. Big down the field passes. Didn't see that much of the first drive, like you said, and that one, he's starting to implement it more into the game plan.
After that big catch, Cole Wilson, 2 catches, 67 yards. That was a 57-yard completion from Sawyer Robertson. Three receivers out wide. Hands off. But it'll be finally taken down inside the 5-yard line.
You're getting closer and closer, and this touchdown mean a lot to the Bears. Get up early by 10 and really going in their direction.
It was the junior linebacker Robert Woodyard who made initial contact, kept on holding on to Bryson Washington's leg. Eventually had to get some more of his teammates to take him down. And at the 3-yard line, motions Kloppenstein to the right, handoff to Washington, and he's brought down. 3 straight runs in Spavital's offense.
Try to bring in Kloppenstein there as another blocker, but the blitz was too much for the Baylor offense.
So now, for the second time tonight, the Bears going for it on 4th down at the 4-yard line. Looking to cash in for 6. 3 receivers to the left. Sawyer gets the snap to the end zone. Incomplete. And no flag. Some early contact from Champ Anthony, the free safety, but no flag is thrown. And so the Bears unable to cash in on a promising drive. But the Auburn Tigers will get the ball on their own 4-yard line as they start their second drive here at McLean Stadium. It's Bears 3, Auburn nothing.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Six and a half minutes left in this first quarter. Baylor Bears 3 on a Connor Hawkins field goal in that first drive. Auburn zip. The Bears tried to cash in for 6. That went nowhere, and then an incomplete pass on fourth down. Now brings the Auburn offense pinned on their own 4-yard line. Jackson Arnold back out. Hands it off to Damari Alston, who gets a gain of 3 yards on first down.
Baylor defense is doing a great job of containing the run right now. And with Auburn backed up near their goal line, that's all they can do.
And you had mentioned it a little earlier, but this Baylor defense on that first drive did a fantastic job of getting to the quarterback, not making Jackson Arnold comfortable at all. Another handoff to Damari Alston, breaks off some tackles, and he's down at the 20-yard line, and it's an Auburn Tiger first down.
And if you're Auburn, you get some breathing room, get to be able to get into the offense a little more, your first down of the game. And so we'll see what they look like with this new confidence in this drive.
They motion the tight end, Brandon Frazier, to the left. This one, a keeper from Jackson Arnold. And he's taken down by Devin Bobby, the senior strong safety out of DeSoto, Texas.
And that's one of the things with all 3 quarterbacks that are currently on Auburn's roster. You have to watch the run for them too, because they are dual threat quarterbacks.
Ashton Daniels, the best running quarterback in Stanford history, sets the single-season rushing record by quarterback for Stanford last season, 669 yards. Empty backfield, and tipped down. And that's Jackie Marshall with the pass breakup. It's Keaton Thomas, who had an empty lane right for Jackson Arnold. Now 3rd down and 7 yards to go for Auburn. Jeremiah Cobb, the running back, he's to Arnold's left. Looking for a new play call. Gives it to his offense. Baylor 2 safeties deep. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Arnold, he'll be looking to run. Breaks out of a tackle. And he slides down past the 30-yard line.
Oh no, looks like Jackie Marshall is a bit hobbled. Training staff going to come out and tend to him. Really close there by the Baylor defense. 2 defensive linemen got hands on Arnold but could not bring him down. And now, hopefully, Jackie Marshall will be able to get back up, because that is something you do not want to see if you're Dave Aranda.
Yeah, Marshall preseason second team All Big 12. Started in 13 games as a redshirt junior last year. Top graded Baylor defensive player by PFF. 88.4 rush defense grade. And he's hobbling, not putting any pressure on that right foot. And he'll come out of this game. We'll take a step aside and we'll come back as the Baylor defense trying to stop this Auburn offense from driving. You're listening to Baylor football on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Baylor defense trying to stop the Auburn offense from getting on the board. Injury timeout is Jackie Marshall, the defensive tackle. So now Adonis Freelou on the D-line. Auburn 1st and 10 on the Baylor, on their own 31-yard line. Snap, taking the handoff. Arnold with plenty of room. Gets the check down.
That's something Baylor's going to have to, the backups are going to have to step up to fill that hole that Jackie Marshall left. Keep some pressure on Arnold.
Arnold handing it off to Cobb. And he's met in the middle.
See what they can do on this.
It was Preston Howard who made the reception before that run. And that's the first Auburn completion on the day. Jackson Arnold 0 for 2 before that, now 1 for 3 for 7 yards. 1st and 10. And a flag will be thrown. Looks like it'll be a false start on the Auburn offense, so they'll have to move back 5 yards. Both offenses now with one single false start penalty.
And that's something that Baylor desperately needed. Get them further back behind the line of scrimmage. Get them to not be in such a rhythm, because before then, Arnold was going, running the ball, passing. Need to get back to how they were the first drive.
And another flag is thrown. It'll be a second consecutive false start. So now it'll be 1st and 20 for the Auburn Tigers. Not exactly how they wanted to start that drive after the injury timeout. Fans here at Blackout here at McLean Stadium getting on their feet. Both sides calling audibles. Snap. Hand off to Cobb, running to the left. And he'll be met just past the 35-yard line. At the 37. So it'll be A gain of 5. Still second and long, 15 yards to go. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Arnold looking downfield, has a man open. He's blown up, but he holds on to the football. That's number 4, Malcolm Simmons, the sophomore out of Montgomery, Alabama, at 451 yards on 40 receptions and 3 touchdowns last season. Auburn moving quickly. Another hand up, Cobb up the middle, has some room. He gets past the 30, taken down right by the 25-yard line. It'll be a 9-yard run, so 2nd and 1 for a quick-moving Auburn offense. Both offenses not taking too much time in between plays. And a short run, but just enough to get another first down. Auburn's offense, after those 2 straight false start penalties, haven't had too much issue moving the ball upfield.
Really dug themselves out of a hole where it seemed like Baylor was finally going to get a stop and get the ball back, but that's not the way it's looking now.
Arnold with a man at each side in the backfield. In the shotgun, 2 receivers off to the left. 6 guys on the line of scrimmage. Takes the handoff, and he's going to start to run upfield. Breaks the tackle, moving to his right. And he's in. Jackson Arnold in his first game in the Navy and Orange with a 24-yard touchdown run to put the Auburn Tigers ahead 6-3.
They're really changing the momentum now.
And so a weird formation for Auburn, but now they'll have that O-line move in and they'll get ready for an extra point attempt. It's Alex McPherson. Hasn't missed an extra point attempt in his entire collegiate career. And he keeps that streak going. It's good. Auburn taking a 7-3 lead on a Jackson Arnold 24-yard touchdown run. Flexing that muscle with the legs. But now it's Baylor's turn to answer, trying to retake that lead. 34 seconds remaining in the first quarter. You're listening to Baylor football on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896.
Getting towards the end of the first quarter here at McLean Stadium. You're listening to Baylor football on the Baylor Lariat Radio. For those just tuning in, I'm Jeffrey Cohen here alongside me, Aidan O'Connor. Towns Mago, the one who'll be kicking off for Auburn. The kick caught by Cole Wilson at the 2-yard line, cutting up field. He's got some room, and he gets tripped up, and he's down at the 35-yard line. That was the last line of defense for Auburn, and if Cole Wilson didn't get tripped up there, he was going to the house. Already having an impressive start to his Baylor career.
With that return, those 2 catches earlier, he is really presenting himself tonight as a viable option for this team. We'll see on this drive, down 4 points, if they'll use him to try to get back in this game.
Cole Wilson returned 22 total kickoffs over his Texas State career, average of 28.9 yards per return, had a 100-yard touchdown return back in 2023 for the Bobcats. And off to Washington. He's met quickly and taken down by a strong Auburn front.
That's something that both Baylor and Auburn have been doing. Starting out with a run and getting nowhere. There's going to have to be a change in the play calling for these drives to start out better for both teams.
Washington, 7 runs for 28 yards, longest being 18. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Bears trailing the Auburn Tigers in this Friday night Week 1 matchup, 7-3. We are through 15 minutes. We'll come back with the second quarter. This is Baylor football on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Well, we are through one quarter here at McLean Stadium. The start of this 2025 college football season. Auburn's up 7-3 on a Jackson Arnold 24-yard touchdown run with 34 seconds left in the first quarter. But now it'll be 2nd and 8 for the Baylor offense on their own 7-yard line. Both teams, all 3 timeouts left. Gets the snap. Under pressure. He's taken down. Number 10, Amaris Williams with the sack. Had only half a sack in 10 games played last season. The sophomore out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Loss of 4 yards, 3rd and 12 for the Baylor offense. 6 guys at the line of scrimmage for Auburn. Motions Trigg in. Rolls to his right, already under pressure, and throws it behind Bryson Washington, who is down after a late hit by number 1, Champ Anthony.
Yeah, that was a late hit after the play was already over, and Bryson Washington hoping that he's okay, but yeah, that was a blown play from the start.
Yeah, it looked like he was just out of breath for a moment. Got right back up, and Champ Anthony got kind of in his space right there, is celebrating right next to Washington on the ground. Now Palmer Williams, the Bears All-American punter. Downfield, and he shanks it out of bounds, and we'll see where they spot it. The officials taking their time to mark the spot on the sideline, and it'll be down at the 35-yard line. The Baylor defense back out. Again, Baylor looked strong coming out of the gates, but over the last couple minutes, it's really slowed down on both sides of the ball. Auburn now riding with momentum. 45 seconds into the second quarter.
You could really see how much they missed Jackie Robinson on that defensive line and containing Jackson Arnold.
Yeah, Jackie Marshall, defensive tackle. Watt. Jackson Arnold rolling to his right, finds a man open. He's taken down. Number 5, Horatio Fields with the reception.
And that's another play where couldn't contain Arnold, was able to get out and find more options. There needs to be more QB contained from this Baylor defensive line.
Hands it off, but it won't be for much gain.
Now we'll see what they do after being stopped on the run. Was able to have a decent pass on that first down. So we'll see what they can do here.
Damari Alston's 4th run of the game, only 19 yards now. Fakes the handoff on the jet sweep, and Jackson Arnold breaks the tackle, and he slides down at the 40-yard line. And he'll get marked 2 yards behind the 40-yard line at the 42 of Baylor.
Auburn's offensive coordinator is starting to realize now how much Jackson Arnold is able to run and calling plays specifically for him and torching that Baylor defense.
3rd time we've seen the fake jet sweep from Eric Singleton. Now 1st and 10 on the Baylor 42. Empty backfield. Arnold under pressure. He steps up and he's going to run with it. He's got plenty of room, and he slides down before any contact is made. He'll be marked down at the 25-yard line. And this Auburn offensive line doing a great job of opening up holes for Jackson Arnold to run. There was nobody right in front of him. They push out all those Baylor pass rushers out to the side. They're parting the Red Sea for Jackson Arnold, and he's just able to take off with no one particularly close to him. A jet sweep to Eric Singleton, who's taken down past the 20-yard line at the 19. There'll be a gain of 6 yards on 1st down to bring up 2nd and manageable.
Using one of their top transfers, Eric Singleton from Georgia Tech. He's had a catch in every single game in his career. We'll see if he can continue that today.
Few ticks over 11 minutes. And off to Damari Alston, breaks the tackle, and he's taken down by Devin Bobby. Finding his way into the secondary once again. He'll be marked down inside the 10 at the 9. It'll be first and goal for Auburn, looking to take a 2-score lead. And off to Alston, has some room, pushing in, and he breaks the plane. Touchdown, Auburn. Damari Alston finding the end zone for the first time this season. Scored 3 touchdowns in 2024. And Auburn's up by 10. It's 13-3. Auburn once again on the PATs has all their blockers out to the left or the right, and then after the ref blows the whistle to start the play clock, they start to converge. Alex McPherson, the hold, and the kick is up, and it is good. Auburn, 2 straight touchdown drives. They're up 14-3. On this Friday night Week 1 matchup here in Waco, Texas. A sold-out crowd. And you're listening to Baylor football on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News. Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Sold out crowd here in McLean Stadium. The Auburn fans coming out in forth, a lot of orange, especially on the upper bowl.
A lot of Auburn fans here in attendance tonight. And, I mean, it is 50-50 out in the crowd right now. You know, this is McLean Stadium and the home of the Bears, but the Auburn fans are out in full force.
Well, they're having an enjoyable first half. Auburn up by 11, 14-3 with 10.5 to go here in the first half. And the kick is underway, and it'll bounced right through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now we'll have to watch, see how this Baylor O-line reacts. Sawyer Robertson been under plenty of duress the last couple of drives.
It seems almost every play he's being pressured, and to really get these drives going. I mean, you're down 14-3, down 2 scores. There needs to be something happening on this drive, or else the deficit's going to be almost too much to come back from.
Robertson 4 for 9 with 81 yards. Quick throw inside the hashes. And that's to Ashton Hawkins, the 6th-year wide receiver. Teammate of Cole Wilson back in 2022, both for Texas State. Handoff up the middle to Caden Knighton, who's pushing his way, and he will not be taken down easily. They'll blow the whistle, and Caden Knighton is still up. The Auburn defense pulling all the stops, trying to take down the true freshman out of Oklahoma.
Things getting a little chippy here. Earlier, Champ Bailey, the hit on Bryson Washington, and now Caden Knighton getting into it with the Auburn defensive lineman.
Knighton ranked the number 9th prospect in the state of Oklahoma, number 30 running back. Gets another handoff up the middle, has some room. He'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3. 3rd down and 3 yards to go for Baylor. Trying to find any sense of momentum, try to find some answer. Auburn put up 14 unanswered points after going down 3-0 on Baylor's first drive. 9 minutes left to go in the first half. Robertson the shotgun. Takes the handoff to Washington. Throw up the sideline. Incomplete. Just a little too far out in front of Cole Wilson. He's been Robertson's favorite target. Wilson, 2 receptions for 67 yards, including a 57-yard one back in the first quarter. The Baylor offense back out there for 4th down. Adding another one to the counter. 3rd time Dave Aranda's team will go for it on 4th down. 2 receivers each way. They motion Hawkins to the left. Robinson rolls to his right. Flag thrown, and it's incomplete. And we'll see what this flag will be. It was thrown in the backfield. That'll be an offensive holding penalty declined by Auburn, who takes over on downs. So Baylor now 1 for 3 on 4th down. Just haven't been able to get it going, haven't been able to connect and find any momentum. They trail 14-3. Make sure to stay tuned right here on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Auburn takes over on downs at the Baylor 44-yard line. Prime field position. They're already up by 2 scores. They've scored 14 unanswered. Looking to make that 21. Arnold handoff. That's to Jeremiah Cobb, who's down at the 32-yard line. Good for 7 yards. Really no answer from the Baylor defense over the last couple drives. They hand it off, going to the right. Taken out of bounds, that's Eric Anthony.
And Auburn running on offense very well overall in this game. They are 7.2 yards per carry.
Excuse me, that was Eric Singleton. Slot receiver for Auburn, heavily involved in their jet sweep package. Arnold, 2 receivers to his right, takes the handoff, open pocket, heaves it to the end zone, but caught inside the 10-yard line. Cam Coleman with the reception, and a great jumping grab by him. And that play right there really showing that strength of the Auburn O-line, giving Jackson Arnold plenty of time in the pocket, letting Cam Coleman run downfield. All the way across from the left side of the field to the right. And now 1st and goal from the 10. Handoff, throw to the side of the end zone, incomplete. Tried to get the back shoulder ball to Cam Coleman, but just a little too far behind him. Coleman was on a one-on-one with redshirt sophomore cornerback LeVar Thornton. Played in all 13 games last season, only 8 tackles. Also had 1 interception and a fumble recovery. Now it's Caden Jenkins on the outside with Coleman. Run to the inside, and there's no room. It's only a gain of 1.
This is pivotal for the Baylor defense. Can they stop the Auburn offense coming down the field? This 3rd down, this will decide very much how the rest of this game will go, because if Auburn scores another touchdown, this game is getting really far out of reach for Baylor.
So the Bears with a major substitution, going with a lighter defensive set. Taking out guys like C.K. Kalu. Arnold keeps it, throws it to his tight end, and he's just short of the pylon. Brandon Frazier, who's marked out at the 3-yard line, stepped out a little early of his effort to get to the pylon. So the Bears get the stop on 3rd down. It's 4th and 3, and here comes the field goal unit.
And that was only the 2nd reception of Brandon Frazier's career.
is up, and it is good. Knocks down the 20-yard chip shot. That'll make it a 14-point game with 5:45 left in this first half. It's Auburn 17, Baylor 3. You're listening to Baylor football on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News. Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
The Baylor Bears trailing the Auburn Tigers 17-3, 5:45 left in the second quarter. Auburn has scored on their last 3 drives at 17 unanswered. Baylor, they took a early 3-0 lead with a field goal from Connor Hawkins on their first drive, but since then, been a whole lot of nothing. No momentum on that side. Auburn has had all the energy, and they just seem to be 2 steps ahead of Baylor. And the kick over the head of Cole Wilson. He'll stop right in the gold grass of the end zone for a touchback.
Now we'll see if Spavital, does he make some changes to his play calling? Currently, right now, Baylor's only rushing 3.4 yards a carry, and every drive he's loved to start it out with a run. Will he change it here?
Baylor rushing 14 attempts, 47 yards, averaging 3.4 yards a run. Robertson 5 for 12 for 93 yards. No one in the backfield. Gets Cole Wilson on a slant, spins out of a tackle. He's heading to the sideline, and he steps out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
And that was what we were talking about at the break. Get Cole Wilson involved, do some slants. Not as much RPO action where you're rolling out and endangering Sawyer.
Get the ball out quick. That's the name of the game for Baylor now. Handoff up the middle for Bryson Washington. Gets some room And he's taken down into Auburn territory. And we had mentioned that in the pregame. Can the O-line push the line of scrimmage forward, let Bryson Washington get some steam, start running downhill before he has to make any contact with the Baylor defender? We saw it right there. RPO to Cole Wilson. Some good blocking, and he'll be just a few yards short of the line to gain 8-yard completion. Same RPO, this time Cole Wilson to the inside.
Can't be doing that, calling same play over and over again. Got to change it up. Can't keep going back. If you do a run, do something different next time. Do an RPO, doing something different next time. Cannot go back to the same play 2 times in a row.
Well, that RPO screen right there, it worked, having Cole Wilson go to the outside the first time, moving to the inside just to get that first down on the 2nd and 2. Sawyer looking downfield, throws a dot to the sideline, and it's incomplete. Almost intercepted. Threw it into double coverage.
That was a risky throw by Sawyer. I know he trusts Michael Trigg, but he needs to take better care of the ball when trying to throw those contested catches to Trigg.
And the last thing that Baylor needs is a giveaway. You cannot give the ball away and turn it over. Hands it off to Bryson Washington up the middle. A little push past the line of scrimmage. It'll only be a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd and 9. We'll see if if Baylor approaches this as a 4th down situation. Will they go for it for a 4th time this game? Or are they going to go field goal if they can't get the first down? Play action. Throws it up the middle. Tipped and incomplete. Tried to find Ashton Hawkins. Threw it a little behind. And it'll be 4th down. And the offense is going nowhere.
And this is a risky play call right here if he is indeed going to go for it. Dave Aranda, it is 4th and 8. This is not a 4th and 2, 4th and 1. 4th and 8. See if Sawyer can make something happen.
Baylor on the Auburn 33-yard line. They trail 17-3. Little under 3.5 minutes left in this first half. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Auburn blitzes, throwing it downfield at the man wide open. It's caught! Touchdown Bears! Sawyer Robertson finds the Alabama transfer, Kobe Prentice. And you know, as an Alabama Crimson Tide player, he loves to play against the Auburn Tigers. And he's just put up 6 in his first game as a Baylor Bear.
And his first catch as a Baylor Bear, too. What a way to introduce yourself.
And a broken coverage from Auburn. Kobe Prentice on a simple go route as the slot receiver. No one within 20 feet of him. So Baylor, their first touchdown of the season. And the kick is up, and it is good from Connor Hawkins. And the Bears now only trail by 7. 17-10 Auburn with 3:21 ticks left in this second quarter. You're listening to Baylor football on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and Sick 'em.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
And a big touchdown throw from Sawyer Robertson finds the Alabama transfer wide receiver, Kobe Prentice. A 33-yard touchdown pass. And we were talking about it at the break. What a gutsy call from Jake Spavital. 4th and 8 on the Auburn 33. You haven't had anything going for you. And what a gutsy call, and it pays off immensely for the Bears. Hawkins sends the ball down the field. That'll be a fair catch inside the 25-yard line, so the ball will be placed at the 25.
I mean, you were talking about it. I mean, that was such a gutsy call. That was a make it or break it. You're going to be down 17-3 going into half, or 17-10, only one score. Made such a difference. And if Baylor ends up winning this game, that will be the call that everyone will go back to.
Kobe Prentice was wide open, broken coverage from Auburn, who will now have just under 3.5 minutes trying to answer, make this a 2-score game. But again, if Baylor plays their cards right, gets a 3 and out, they might have a chance to put this even closer than it is right now. They're down by only 7. That one, a throw to the tight end, number 87, Brandon Frazier, and the ball is loose. There's a scramble for it. What's the call? Baylor thinks they have it. No call from the officials just yet.
Now this will be a tricky one. Was he down, but also did he catch it?
And it's a fumble. Baylor recovers, and they've got the football in Auburn territory. A close call.
Very close call. Showing the replay here to the stadium. Baylor fans very happy. Auburn fans not so much. That was inches away from being either or. And now that is why it is under review, because that could go either way.
Yeah, and every turnover, every touchdown does get reviewed, but ones that are as close as that, they'll get an official review. And again, if this call stands, what a momentum shift in just a few seconds. The 33-yard touchdown, and then the first play on that Auburn drive. If it stands, it'll be a fumble. Baylor will have the ball in Auburn territory. It looks like his knee was probably down.
But even if that is the case, having to take the time right here to do a review, having the tenacity of the defense to almost get a fumble, that is a momentum shift even of itself for this defense, who has not had a good time really keeping this Auburn offense locked down.
And so the call will be overturned. It will be a completed pass and a First down for Auburn. 12-yard completion from Jackson Arnold to Brandon Frazier, the senior out of McKinney, Texas. Up in the Dallas area, not too far from Waco. So now the Auburn offense with some more life once again. And here's a run. Damari Alston breaking a couple of tackles. He'll get the lines again, and it's a first down.
Some missed tackles there from Baylor was a problem earlier when tackling down Arnold. Right there, a problem getting Alston down.
The last play was 2nd and 1. They had ruled that Brandon Frazier was down just short of the line again, but that run right there, good for a couple, and it's a first down and 10 at the Auburn 39. Arnold all the time to throw, rolls out to his right. He'll keep it, and he'll run out of bounds.
And as we've spoken about so many times, the QB contain. Baylor has to stop Arnold from getting out of the pocket because it seems effortless for him at this point.
He only got a gain of 1 right there. So we'll get a stoppage with the 2-minute warning. Baylor starting to show some life here at the end of the first half, trying to go into the locker room with some pep in their step. But we'll step aside just for a few moments, and we'll come back with the final 2 minutes before halftime. You're listening to Baylor Football on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Two minutes remaining here in the first half. Auburn leads Baylor 17-10. Baylor showing some life after being relatively quiet for most of this half. 33-yard touchdown pass to Kobe Prentice. Gusty calling 4th and 8. That was the Bears' first touchdown. Almost got the ball back on a fumble, but Brandon Frazier ruled down, so It'll be 2nd and 9 from the Auburn 40 for the Tigers. There goes Jackson Arnold getting some more room. He's going down the sideline out of bounds. And there's a flag thrown after the play. We'll see what the call is. The officials getting together.
Hugh Freeze not happy with whatever this call is.
The flag was thrown after Jackson Arnold went out of bounds. And so it'll be a holding call against Auburn, erasing the run.
Oh, yeah, that's a clear hold right there. Good call by the refs. Now completely switches the circumstances for this Auburn team. Now a 2nd down rather than getting a first past midfield.
So it's called on sophomore wide receiver Perry Thompson. 2nd and 6. Arnold rolling to his left. Stops on a dime, trying to redirect. He's got blockers. Goes to the outside, and he's out of bounds. Close to the first down marker. We'll see. And he's marked just a yard short at his own 48. Again, Jackson Arnold just showing how impressive of a runner he's been this game. The rolling to his left would have had to throw across his body, but he stops and redirects a whole 180, goes to the right, had 3 linemen right in. Gets the run. It's now 3rd and 1. Handoff to Alston. Doesn't have much room, but it's enough for a first down. And Auburn moving into Bear territory. 1st and 10 on the Baylor 48.
And that's something you were talking about. Jackson Arnold almost averaging a first down, 9.8 yards a carry as a runner.
Auburn trying to make it a 2-possession game. 1:15 and ticking here in the 2nd quarter. Fakes the handoff, and he's hit. Gets the ball away, and it's backwards. Ball is free. It's still free. And Jeremiah Cobb, the running back, bounces on it and will have possession. That sends the Tigers way back. Arnold hit hard. And so Baylor will call a timeout.
And right there, I mean, I guess right now they're going to be going over and replaying whether his arm was forward or not. But if it was not forward, plenty of the Baylor defensemen were confused if it was, because if they had seen that it was, they would all have run to it much earlier and had gotten that turnover. But there was a lot of confusion on whether his arm was forward or not.
And it was Kendrick Simpkins, the 6th-year nickelback out of Montgomery, Alabama, who was unblocked, had a wide open lane to Jackson Arnold, hit him. Arnold got the ball out before he could be sacked.
Looks like the refs are keeping the call. It was not a forward pass, and now it's going to be a 2nd and 24 for the Tigers.
Yeah, he's trying to get the ball out, but again, Simpkins able to kind of twist Arnold's body and have his arm kind of come across his body. 3 receivers to the right. Take the snap. Unblocked, but he rolls to his right, getting out of pressure, throws it downfield, but it'll be out of bounds.
Safety Devin Bobby really getting back there, applying some pressure to Jackson Arnold and making him force the throw out of bounds.
Big 3rd down to overcome for Auburn. 24 yards to go for the first down. Baylor faithful on their feet, handoff, and they're taken down quickly. Auburn pretty much giving up on that drive, and Baylor will call a timeout, and they'll get the ball back. Auburn will punt the ball with 7 seconds remaining here in the second half, and Baylor, they're playing their cards right so far in the last few minutes. Obviously, they would have wished to have that fumble back a little earlier in the drive, but again, still doable if they can find a way to get good field position and they get a good drive, start getting the ball downfield. Maybe they can get in the field range and get a kick right before they go into the half.
We can see they're finally applying pressure. And right now, they're set up. One timeout, 47 seconds to go to try to either tie this game, get some points on the board, because Auburn will be getting that ball when we come back after halftime.
And for Baylor, that drive was characterized by the delayed blitz. A lot of the pressure that was put on Jackson Arnold was guys who blitzed late and didn't get picked up by a blocker. Flag thrown, the punt. And there's contact with Josh Cameron. Number 44, Reed Hughes. The long snapper lost his footing and kind of slid right under Josh Cameron, making contact as he called it a fair catch. And so it'll be a 15-yard penalty. There was 2 penalties on Auburn. It was a legal formation that was declined by Dave Aranda. And yeah, just lost his footing, making contact with Josh Cameron's feet.
That was a really confusing move by Reed Hughes because he slid and he thought that he wasn't going to hit Cameron, but clearly not on that one, and that was a bad move.
And so a gift from Auburn. Baylor with decent field position on their own 35, trying to get in range for Connor Hawkins. Sawyer gets the snap out of the shotgun, throws to the sideline, incomplete. Looking for Lewis Brown, the 4th. The senior out of Los Angeles.
Sawyer not looking at enough reads there, only having his eyes on his first read, and just not a play that could be made there. Very close to being picked off.
Boos ringing out through McLean Stadium. Baylor fans hoping for a pass interference call. 33 seconds left, 2nd and 10. And Sawyer Robertson is brought down. Number 24, Kieron Crawford, the senior Arkansas State transfer, gets the sack.
Now the last timeout will have to be made as being sacked on that play. The clock was going to continue to run.
So Baylor on their heels on this last drive here in the first half. Needing a big play here to try and continue this drive. Again, we've been talking about it. It's very important for them to try and even get a shot at a field goal, making it within 1 touchdown. Right now they trail 17-10 with 28 seconds remaining.
And now the thought on Spavital's mind is going to be, does he do a screen, does he do a run, just try to get in better position to punt the ball on a long 3rd and 18, or does he take a risk again, try to go for a deep pass? And at this point, with all timeouts gone, he can only go towards the sideline.
After the first half is concluded, make sure to stay tuned as we'll have our halftime show here on the Baylor Lariat Radio, breaking down the first half. So Robertson gets the snap, 3rd and 18, finds Trigg over the middle, breaks the tackle. He's heading for the sideline. He's taken out of bounds a few yards short of the line to gain. Great effort by Michael Trigg, finding an open lane, breaking a tackle, and getting out of bounds to stop the clock at 20 seconds.
And now 4th and 3. We know that Aranda and Spaulding have lights going for 4th downs during this game. Looks like they're going to do it again.
A lot at stake here. If they don't convert, Auburn will get the ball back in Baylor territory with about 15 seconds left. Chance for a field goal. So 4th and 3. Robertson, clean pocket. Taking a while to throw. It's drop, but there's a flag thrown. The intended target was Lewis Brown, the 4th. Looks like this will be going against the defense. Yep, it's going to be holding. So Auburn, they had the chance to close out that drive, but as you look at this replay, Lewis Brown taken down way before the ball got there.
Just sloppy play by the Auburn defense, and clearly, I mean, he almost tackles Lewis Brown, the 4th, to take him down to the ground. Clear holding.
That was Rayshawn Pleasant, backup cornerback. Almost had the pick, but it wouldn't have been counted anyway. Sawyer going downfield as Cole Wilson, incomplete, just overthrown. Cole Wilson had two guys on his tail, but no one in front of him. And there's 8 seconds left here in the half. Baylor on the Auburn 48-yard line. No timeouts left.
Going to be looking for a quick pass to the sideline to set up a long field goal for Connor Hawkins.
If they decide to go short, you gotta make sure you go out of bounds. Hugh Freeze will call a timeout. In this drive, Baylor has done a lot of the heavy lifting. That punt catcher receiver interference took the Bayers up 15 yards to their own 35 to start this drive, and then a defensive holding got them into Auburn territory. So now 8 seconds left, and you got two options. Aidan, as you had mentioned it, you either go a quick pass to the outside and you got to get out of bounds, or you take a shot to the end zone. It's one of those two things. And from what we have seen, end zone has not been a bad option. That's the only reason they have a touchdown is a big throw on a gutsy call. That was on a 4th and 8, 33-yard touchdown throw to Kobe Prentice. So we'll see what Jake Spavital draws up for his offense. Bears on the left hash mark. Two receivers both ways. Bryson Washington to Robertson's left. Quick pass up the middle, dropped by Michael Trigg, and that might have been for the better. He probably would have gotten tackled inbounds and would have sent this game into halftime. But 4 seconds remaining, and now you have no other option. If you got to go to the end zone. You don't have time for a quick pass to the outside. Try to get out of bounds.
And Connor Hawkins, not a lot of experience in these situations, so the field goal always was not a part of the plan.
Bunch to the right. Quick throw, blockers in front. Lewis Brown, he's taken down at the 30-yard line as time expires in the first half. First 2 quarters, Auburn has been the more dominant force, but the last couple minutes, Baylor reaching the end zone for the first time on a Sawyer Robertson 33-yard connection to Kobe Prentice on a gutsy 4th and 8 call from Jake Spavital. They trail this game 17-10. And we'll step aside just for a few moments. When we come back, we'll look back to this first half, give our thoughts on the Baylor Lariat Radio halftime show. Make sure to stay tuned.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch your latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
It's halftime here at McLean Stadium. The Baylor Bears trail the Auburn Tigers 17-10. Been a lot of Auburn momentum throughout. Looking to the stats, both pretty even on yards. Baylor 240, Auburn 238. Bears 187 yards through the air, only 53 on the ground. And for Auburn, you got to flip that around. 79 passing yards, 159 rushing. Baylor also having the edge on penalties. Only one penalty for 5 yards. That was a false start on their first drive. Auburn 5 penalties, 45 yards. And what's really stood out about Baylor is how aggressive they've been on fourth down. 4 times they've gone for it on fourth down. They've converted twice, including a big 33-yard touchdown pass to Kobe Prentice. That was on a 4th and 8.
Yeah, they have lived by the fourth down and died by the fourth down. As we were talking about during the break, at the beginning of the game, those 2 failed fourth down conversions really put Baylor in a hole and took out any momentum they had at the beginning. You know, a great first drive, got down there, had a field goal that had some great stops on the defensive side, and then just eventually got behind. But then came back with the fourth down as well to that really long pass to Kobe Prentice. And now you have to look at, coming out of halftime, how are you going to be able to change things? Like you said, rushing for Auburn, they have been torching the Baylor defense. You have Arnold rushing 6.9 yards a carry, Alston 5.6. Overall as a team, they have already 159 yards and are on pace for 200 yards tonight. And you look at the Baylor's rushing, there's practically nothing there. 3.1 yards a carry, 53 yards. And there has to be a switch for Baylor. Get their rushing going. Stop the rushing from Auburn. That is the big point coming out of this half, is rushing on both sides and changing the narrative.
Yeah, and when you look to Baylor's defense, one of the things you look at is that Jackie Marshall injury. Went down earlier in the first half, and after that, a flip just kind of switched to that Baylor defense against the Auburn offense. That's when the Auburn run game really started to take off. It's when Jackie Marshall went down with what appeared to be a lower body injury. But again, I think as well for the Baylor offense, you got to protect Sawyer. That O-line just needs to be better. You need to pick up blitzes better, and you got to give Sawyer Robertson the pocket. You need him to be able to throw the ball downfield, because when he has the room, when he has the time, that's when he can really let loose, throw the ball 30, 40 yards downfield, and he can find a guy like Ashton Hawkins, find a guy like Cole Wilson like he already has. Wilson already 5 catches, 95 yards, by far the top receiver in this ball game. Second highest in yards is Kobe Prentice with only that 1 catch. He has 33 yards. Cole Wilson showing out in his first game, but you really got to give Sawyer Robertson the time. Let him be the pocket passer he wants to be. Don't force him to roll out and try to make a throw on the run, because what we've seen is that he struggled with that accuracy. But again, the first half of the season, first game of the season, so a lot of growing pains for a team that has plenty of transfers, particularly on that defensive side. But you kind of expect more from that offense. They're bringing back a lot of returners, right? Your quarterback, your starting running back, your top 2 wide receivers from last year, 4 of your 5 O-line. You expect a more cohesive effort from that offense. But I think we're going to have to see in the second half whether Dave Aranda and Jake Spavital can kind of get their offense to band together and really start working like a unit and start clicking on all cylinders. But we'll just have to watch and see how they respond.
Yeah, especially on that offensive line. They've been dominated all game. There's no way around it. And Sawyer, you can clearly see he's making off-balance throws, not really having confidence in himself to make passes. And this is what you saw in the LSU game, playing against bigger SEC-type players. And in the second half, are they going to be able to adjust better than they did in that LSU game and come out swinging?
Well, halftime show rolling on. The Baylor Golden Wave Band, their first halftime performance. Drone show here in McLean Stadium, right over the big Jumbotron overlooking the Brazos River. But we'll step aside just for a few minutes, and we'll come back with some more thoughts, and we'll look forward to the second half, and we'll talk about what Baylor needs to do to close that gap and really be that dominant offense and that cohesive team that we saw all of those last half of last season. We'll have all that action right here on the Baylor Lariat Radio. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back to finish out this halftime show. We'll be back with 30 more minutes of Baylor Bears football. You're listening right here on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life? The 23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today. Did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. DUP. Have a great year, Bears. And sick 'em.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Welcome back to Baylor football on Baylor Lariat Radio. I'm Aidan O'Connor alongside Jeffrey Cohen. With 2 minutes to go until the second half of this Baylor versus Auburn game. Auburn leading 17-10. Now, before we got off for the half, we talked about some of the key things that we want to see going into the second half for both Baylor and for Auburn. And so, Jeffrey, the offense has been a big problem for Baylor, getting it going, getting it started. A lot of slow drives that end in one or two stops. What would you change about the offensive play calling, and what do you want to see from Spavital and Aranda?
Well, I think you just got to go more pass heavy. They've been run heavy thus far, but I'd say in this second half you start off, you don't do more than one running play at a time. You don't go back-to-back running plays. You let Sawyer Robertson do his thing. Let him get into a groove. And I'd like to see more passes in between the hashes. Go up the middle. And that's where he loves to be, and I think that's where a quarterback can really gain his confidence if he can find someone like Michael Trigg or Cole Wilson like he has today. I think just keep on building up those completions. He's only 11 for 23. That's a 48% completion percentage in the first half. So let him get the ball out quickly and give him a good place to put the ball. Don't force him to have to go to the outside or have to roll one way or the other to try and get a completion, because that just hasn't worked all too well this game. So if you can get guys open within 3 seconds of the snap, have Sawyer get the ball out quickly and have him throw it up the middle. I think Baylor can really start to get some more momentum on offense and maybe even throw in a deep ball here and there, maybe break off a big run and cash in for 6 a couple more times.
You're so right. In terms of trying to get into the pass game, as you've seen, you said short passes. That is what has gotten Cole Wilson, Michael Trigg a lot of their yards tonight, outside of the first big pass from Cole Wilson, which he had 57 yards on. Those have been the type of plays that have made up the offense tonight, not the run game. And we'll see if Spavital wants to try to get the run game going again because it has been so stagnant, or just try to fully commit to the pass as this drive. If Baylor does not score and Auburn ends up going back and scoring and putting it up 2 scores, that's going to make things very difficult.
I agree. I mean, Baylor's been down by multiple scores most of the first half, and they drew within 7, just a couple minutes left on that big touchdown throw to Kobe Prentice. So I think you just got to keep it close. You got to keep it at most within 10. And if they can just keep it within reach, I think they've got a shot, because anything can happen. We've seen it already. Baylor's bound for a big play.
Connor Hawkins kicks off the second half, and that will be a touchback.
Yeah.
No, Auburn, a lot of success rushing in the first half. Jackson Arnold almost averaged a first down at one point. Do you think they're going to keep rolling with that or try to differentiate the play calling?
Well, why fix what's not broken, right? I mean, we said it during the halftime show, 159 yards rushing on 27 attempts. That's almost 6 yards per rush. Why do any different? But on this Baylor defensive side, what I really want to see from them is go back to the delayed blitz. Get some of those linebackers and those safeties moving in and find Arnold unblocked.
Jackson Arnold takes the snap and hands it off to Damari Alston, and that'll be a short gain for Auburn. Well, we saw that a lot in the first half, a lot of starting out drives with a run, doing 2 runs in a row. And those never really ended well for either team. Now it's second down and 6 at the 29.
Well, and I think if this Baylor defense can force Jackson Arnold to stay in the pocket, I mean, they're going to find a lot of success. Arnold only 6 for 10 for 79 yards today.
Arnold hands it off again, and Damari Alston moving forward, going through defenders, finally taken down by number 32 of the Baylor defense. And now that will be a first down for the Auburn Tigers on their own 38.
That's the Oregon transfer, Amarian Winston. Played 30 games over the last 3 seasons for the Ducks, total 27 tackles.
And it looks like they'll go back to Damari Alston once again, but just like the beginning of the last drive, not getting many yards. 2nd and 7 on their own 41 now.
I think this is a place where you really need to rely on Keaton Thomas. You need his leadership, and you need it bad. You need those linebackers to really put a brick wall on the middle of that field. Don't let Damari Alston move up the field and break a couple tackles, getting some yards after the contact.
Jackson Arnold changing the play. Damari Alston to his right. 2 wide receivers to his right and 1 to his left. Takes the snap. Takes the handoff. And he's going up the left side. Keeps running. Jukes the man. And will be taken down with a slide near the midfield 50-yard mark.
He's seeing the field so well in this game. Just continuing to run all over this Baylor defense.
That's been a big storyline of this game, has been Jackson Arnold's rushing capability as he goes up to the line, talking to his linemen.
Yeah, 78 yards on 11 rushes.
Jeremiah Cobb in the backfield now. Jackson Arnold clapping his hands, gets the ball, hands it off to Jeremiah Cobb. Jeremiah Cobb breaking a couple tackles and finally taken down by number 17, Tyler Turner.
I think if you're the Baylor defense, you can live with that. As long as the Auburn ball carriers are not breaking tackles, I think you can live with that. That's been a real big issue, is open field tackling early in this game for the Baylor defense. if you can really start to swarm him, get a couple guys to the ball carrier early, and limit this running attack.
Second down now for the Tigers. Arnold takes the handoff going downfield, and it is dropped. Great coverage on the play. The intended target there was number 4, Malcolm Simmons. And that would have really ended badly for Baylor there had that pass been completed. Now Auburn trying to get its offense set up quickly.
Yeah, Malcolm Simmons, a standout true freshman last year, 451 yards. That's 5th among Auburn freshman receivers all time.
Jeremiah Cobb in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to Arnold's right. In the pocket surveying the field. Throws right, and it is dropped again. Great coverage by the Baylor defense. And that will be a 4th down. And now the punting unit will come on the field.
Great job by Caden Jenkins deflecting that pass, almost picked off by Devin Bobby. Just not enough, but again, the Bears stalling that Auburn offense after a couple first downs.
Now punter Hudson Cock onto the field. Takes the snap, punts it away. There's a flag thrown. And Josh Cameron lets it bounce, and it will be tapped down by Malcolm Simmons at the 4-yard line. 5, excuse me.
Yeah, Josh Cameron trying to deke out that defense. Let's see what the penalty is here.
The officials are deliberating. Oh, now the punt will be repeated, and that great punt by Hudson Cock will be taken back now as he had gotten Baylor within their own 5-yard line. Let's see if he's able to do the same magic once again.
And again, penalties are what's killing Auburn. They're giving Baylor all these gifts. That's the 6th penalty for the Tigers, totaling to 50 yards now. Hudson Cock will have to go all the way back to his own 35-yard line.
Punts it away. And Josh Cameron will call for a fair catch and falls down as he's making it around the 8-yard line. And we'll be back soon with Baylor's first drive of the second half, and see if they can tie this game up. You are listening to Baylor Football on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
All right, we are back on Baylor Lariat Radio, and we will start the first drive for Baylor football for the second half. We'll start with the ball at the 9-yard line.
Yeah, if I'm Jake Spavital here, again, I want Sawyer Robertson to get into a groove. Quick passes, go to slants, find Michael Trigg up the middle, do something to get that ball out quickly and not face the pressure of that Auburn pass rush.
Sawyer Robertson takes the ball and finds Trigg. And Trigg plowing forward, taking many Auburn defenders with him, still on his feet. And that will be a first Baylor Bears.
That's what you love to see. That's being a cohesive unit right there. Great team effort by the offense.
Sawyer Robertson in the backfield again. Hands it off to Bryson Washington. Bryson Washington looking through her lane and cannot find anything. Taken down by number 24 of the Auburn defense, Kieron Crawford. Now Baylor is still trying to keep their tempo up. Bryson Washington to the right of Sawyer. 3 wide receivers to his left, 1 to his right. There's nowhere near that ball.
That ball is way overthrown. Almost got picked off by Jaquez Robinson, a free safety transfer from Colorado.
That will be a 3rd and 10 on the 27-yard line for the Bears. Caden Knighton now in the backfield. Robertson, 3 wide receivers to his right, 1 to his left. That's under duress, and the ball is batted down by number 17, Xavier Atkins. And that will bring up fourth down for Baylor.
Yeah, again, pressure. Got a bunch of guys in the face of Sawyer Robertson trying to get that ball out down the field. But again, a great job by that Auburn defensive front, just not giving him any room to work.
Now one of the best punters in college football, number 94, Palmer Williams, to receive. Williams punts it away, and that one is another shank from Williams tonight, very unlike himself. And that will be placed within the 30 for Auburn. Good field position for them. And now we will be back soon after Baylor and Auburn goes onto the field for this next drive. You are listening to Baylor Football on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Welcome back to Baylor football on Baylor Lariat Radio. We are now back with Auburn starting another offensive drive here after Baylor had to punt it away. 1st and 10 for the Tigers at their own 29. Jeremiah Cobb in the backfield with Jackson Arnold. 3 wide receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Arnold clapping his hands, trying to get the defense to go offside. Arnold takes the ball and hands it off to Jeremiah Cobb. He's running up the right side, and he will be taken down by number 3, Devin Bobby, after a good game.
Yeah, Jeremiah Cobb, so much speed. It looked like he was just shot out of a cannon. Probably one of the fastest runs I've seen from Auburn all game, and he just cut across the field, going from left to right so quickly.
Now 2nd and 1 for the Tigers. Go hurry up. And they hand the ball off again to Jeremiah Cobb. And it won't be much, but it will be enough for the 1st down. This run game continuing to be a problem for the Baylor defense.
Yeah, I mean, they just really don't have much of an answer because they're just not closing the gaps. Auburn doing a great job of surveying the field, finding those little gaps, and just attacking them every single run play.
Now Arnold takes the snap again, fakes the pass, and then passes it to Eric Singleton. He'll go up the field for another 1st down, or there'll be a 2nd down, excuse me.
Well, now that Auburn's starting to get towards Baylor's territory, I think this is the part where we'll see, if Auburn can keep this drive going. They started off their last drive, the first one of the half. They started off well in their own end, but once they got to that gold BU in the middle of the field, they started to stall out. So can that Baylor defense really lock up on this set of downs?
2nd and 1 at the 49 for the Tigers. Arnold takes it up the middle, starts running it by himself, breaking past defenders, and is taken down by the Baylor defense right before he could get a touchdown. That was a dangerous play for the Baylor defense. Luckily, number 38, Jacob Redding, was able to stop him on that play.
Yeah, great job by Jacob Redding. Redshirt sophomore out of New Braunfels. 12 tackles across 13 games last season. He was the last man to be, and did a great job getting that shoestring tackle.
And Arnold throws it again to the sideline, and that will be Eric Singleton once again. And now he has continued his streak of a catch in every single game he's played throughout his career.
That's impressive, and I mean, I think Auburn's doing what Baylor wants to do. It's those quick throws that's really putting an emphasis on the yards after catch.
2nd and 4, Arnold hands it off. And up the middle, Auburn will get a 1st down from Damari Alston. Trying to go high tempo now, take advantage of the momentum they've been getting. Alston staying in the backfield. Arnold takes the snap, fakes the handoff again, and right back to Singleton, the same play that we saw a while ago, and look who it is again, Jacob Redding making the stop.
That's a big hit on the sideline. I mean, he put everything into that hit on Eric Singleton, knocking him out of bounds at the 9-yard line. And that's what I want to see from Baylor. I think that's what Dave Aranda wants to see, is that intensity. Can you hit him hard and get him down on that first try in the open field?
All right, now 2nd down and 5 on Baylor's 9. Auburn looking to score. Arnold takes the snap, hands it off, and it is Jeremiah Cobb inching towards the goal line and is down at the 2-yard line.
Great job by that O-line, creating the hole right down the middle, giving Jeremiah Cobb that room to start going downfield before he reaches any Baylor defender, before he goes past that line of scrimmage. He's a hard guy to take down when he starts to build up that speed.
Now at the 2-yard line, within striking distance. Only one wide receiver to his right. Arnold takes the snap, and it'll be a touchdown for Auburn. Jeremiah Cobb, a big part of this drive, and goes in for the touchdown there.
Yeah, I mean, do what's been working. Run right down the middle. You only need 2 yards, and a really good push by the strong Jeremiah Cobb punches it in for 6, and Auburn an extra point away from taking a 2-touchdown lead.
Alex McPherson set to kick. Has not missed an extra point in his career and is perfect tonight. And the kick is up, and it is good, and that streak continues. Auburn now up 24-10. And we will be back soon and see how Baylor responds with Baylor football on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Welcome back to Baylor football on Baylor Lariat Radio. Auburn currently up 24-10 in this Friday night matchup. Auburn set to kick it off back to Baylor, and Baylor looking to try to get some momentum going as now they're down by 2 scores, Jeffrey.
Yeah, and I mean, they still have no answer for the run game. Auburn just do what they've been doing all game. That's just keep the ball on the ground and find that open space that they've been doing very well all game. Baylor's defense has had no answer.
Alex McPherson kicks it off, and that looks like that will be another touchback. Now Baylor, last drive, really stalled out, had a bad 3rd down, and now trying to look for some momentum, get some things going. And as you said earlier, trying to look for more of those short, quick, easy passes to get Sawyer in rhythm.
Yeah, Sawyer's still under 50% passing. He's 12 of 26. And you need him over like the 65 mark. That's where you want him. And when he's efficient, that's when he's at his best. And when he's got that defense worrying about the middle, that's when he can start moving to the outside, find a guy going downfield outside the numbers.
Sawyer takes the snap on the 25 and hands it off to Washington. Washington breaking some tackles, taking some men with him, and He'll be taken down, but he didn't get much on that play there. Luckily, though, stopped a big loss that would have happened.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of effort from Bryson Washington for just 1 yard. I mean, he was swarmed way behind the line of scrimmage. This O-line really still trying to find answers against this powerful Auburn defensive front seven.
2nd and 9 for the Bears on their own 26. Sawyer takes a snap. Looking in the middle of the field and passes it to Trigg. Trigg will finally be taken down by number 25, Eric Winters. Now, that's a great play for the Bears. Like we said, short, quick passes down the middle, getting them some momentum.
Yeah, and it's a great job. He found Michael Trigg right after he broke in for the middle. Got him right in between the hatches, right where you want him.
Hurry up offense. Sawyer surveying the field, looking to his right. Throws it, and it will be caught by Josh Cameron as he goes out of bounds. But there is a flag on the play.
Yeah, he pump faked, wanted to go to Michael Trigg at first. Saw that he was in heavy coverage.
Looks like it'll be holding on the offense, which will take back any game Josh Cameron would have gotten on that play. That's something you don't want to do. Shoot yourself in the foot after 2 good chunk plays. Baylor making their adjustments. Caden Knighton onto the field now to replace Bryson Washington.
Yeah, and I think for Baylor, it's just that there's not a lot of noise being made on and off the field. They just seem really quiet and just very lackadaisical.
Ball snap to Sawyer. Sawyer under duress and tries to throw it to Josh Cameron, but just too far behind him, and that will be incomplete.
Yeah, Sawyer's not really seeing the field too well. That's almost the exact same route that Michael Trigg ran on that last completion, but just completely threw it behind Josh Cameron. Luckily, that ball didn't get tipped up and intercepted.
Now 2nd and 20 on their own 36. Caden Knighton still on the field for the Bears. Fake handoff, Sawyer passes it, and that will be to Kobe Prentice as he is making his way up the field. He gets tackled down. There was green grass ahead of him, but he was tackled by number 15 of the Auburn defense.
Yeah, Ashton Hawkins, the guy who caught that screen. Great job catching that inside of the block, breaking a few tackles, getting Auburn defenders to run into each other, and uses that speed to accelerate downfield and get a good chunk right there.
That was Ashton Hawkins, not Kobe Prentice. Sawyer motioning his wide receivers in the backfield under duress, rolls out to his right, looking downfield, and tries to throw it, and it is almost picked off, but it'll be incomplete. Trying to find something downfield, but couldn't get anything going.
There's a flag in the backfield. Looks like it'll be holding on the offense.
That'll be holding by Caden Knighton, which will push back the Bears.
Yeah, right there, Sawyer Robertson, a lot of pressure right in front of him. I thought it was really smart of him to roll out to his right, had plenty of room. But again, nobody open on that side of the field. Just had to find somewhere, threw it to the end zone. Luckily didn't get picked off.
Now 1st and 20 at Auburn's 38. Sawyer, 3 wide receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Caden Knighton in the backfield. Sawyer takes the snap in the backfield, looking for a man, and he has one. And that looks like it is going to be a face mask or unnecessary roughness from the Auburn defense.
Oh, is there a flag thrown? I don't think there's a flag.
Oh, but the Baylor fans here think there is. Ashton Hawkins caught the ball, and then his helmet came off from the contact from the Auburn defender.
Oh, man. I don't know about that no call. I mean, he got grabbed by the head.
I mean, his helmet coming off there, that seems to be a clear indication.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Boos raining in from the Baylor crowd.
Wow. That was extremely obvious. His helmet even fell off.
Baylor takes the snap afterwards. Caden Knighton shaking a couple of tackles and eventually gets down. And then the boos rain in from the crowd as they are still unhappy about that call.
I think they have every right to be. I think that was probably one of the most obvious face masks I've ever seen. And the fact that his helmet came off, I think it just adds fuel to that. I'm extremely surprised that no flag was thrown on that play.
Now 3rd and 2 for Baylor. Sawyer takes a snap looking to his left and tries to throw a ball. Contested full, and it is pass interference, it looks like, on the Auburn defense.
He was looking for that back shoulder ball to Ashton Hawkins.
And that was an automatic first down, getting them out of that 3rd and 2 situation, inching them closer towards the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, he was just grabbed up, and he broke a little late, which I think also helped induce that flag. Maybe also a little bit of a makeup call from a few plays earlier on the drive.
Now inside the 10 at the 9. Baylor with a first down. Sawyer takes the ball. Throws it to his right, looking for the end zone, trying to find Josh Cameron, but it will be incomplete.
Oh, and Sawyer Robertson blown up. He's on the ground, but helped up by his O-line. Oh, he's limping. This is not good.
He's received a lot of big hits this game. His offensive line needs to protect him. He's clearly limping, trying to get back to the huddle. Sawyer able to make it back up. Motions Kobe Prentice over. Throws it, and he's juking a couple players, and he will get a couple yards on that play. Not much. It still moves them forward, now down at the 5.
Good job finding Kobe Prentice. Just getting a little chunk. I mean, you don't need to go to the end zone every play. You're in the red zone. But now 3rd and 4, 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. A minute and a half left in this quarter. Baylor desperate for a touchdown here.
3rd and 4 for the Bears. Another pass play for Sawyer. Sawyer looking through the middle again, and it will be incomplete as he was trying to find one of his receivers in the end zone, just could not connect. Trying to find Michael Trigg.
Good job by DeMarcus Riddick, the linebacker, being able to stay in that middle coverage and being able to tip that ball.
And it looks like Aranda's going to go for it on 4th down again. 4th and 4.
5th time they're going for it on 4th down in this game. We'll see if it pays dividends this time.
Sawyer takes the snap, looking to pass, looking to his left. Throws it to Knighton. Knighton has a blocker. Knighton going up the field, and that will be a touchdown for the Bears.
That's a fantastic play call by Jake Spavital. Have Caden Knighton go out on the flat, have a blocker out in front. As long as the blocker, the wide receiver blocking, keeps his assignment and doesn't lose, that's an easy touchdown. And he had the tight end, Matt Kloppenstein, a big body blocking the DB. So great call by Spavital and an easy touchdown for Sawyer Robertson to Caden Knighton, the true freshman running back.
Now Connor Hankins up to kick, and that is good. The score for this game is now 24-17. Baylor only one score away from tying. You are listening to Baylor football on Baylor Lariat Radio, and we will be back as Auburn will try to respond.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch your latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Now we're back with Baylor football on Baylor Lariat Radio. 58 seconds to go in the third. Baylor recently scoring, making it 17-24, Auburn leading. We'll see what Auburn does here. They've been good so far in the second half.
I think right here for Dave Aranda and his defense, this is the turning point. If you get a stop here, Auburn's momentum's gone. You're now within a touchdown, and you get a stop. Now it's time to go back into the end zone and tie up this game.
Connor Hawkins kicks it off, and it is returned by Rashawn Pleasant. Now he's a dangerous returner. Has returned it all the way before. He's turning up the field, trying to stay out of bounds, and it looks like this will be another 100-yard kickoff return touchdown. Rashawn Pleasant, one of only 10 players active right now in college football with a kickoff return touchdown, and that is another one for him to add to his total.
Yeah, I mean, he did a great job going to his left, getting that hole. And I mean, after that, he's just exploding through it. Only had the kicker, Connor Hawkins, to beat, and I mean, he's going to win that foot race all day.
Alex McPherson set to kick another extra point for Auburn. And it's up, and it's true. The perfect streak continues once more. Now 43 seconds left to go in the third quarter, and now 31-17, Auburn leading. You're listening to Baylor football on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears. And sick 'em.
Welcome back to Baylor football on Baylor Lariat Radio. Coming off of a kick return touchdown by Rashawn Pleasant, Auburn is set to kick it off to Baylor, and Baylor now back behind Auburn 2 scores. Alex McPherson set to kick it off. Kicks it over end to end, and it is received by Cole Wilson. Cole Wilson trying to get up the field, but he will be taken down around the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Rashawn Pleasant, that 98-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, his third in his career. Had 2 last season on 13 kick returns for Tulane.
He is a definite threat with his speed, also having a pick six last year that went 100 yards.
That's got to be so deflating for Baylor. We had talked about it, that how desperately they needed a stop and needed momentum, and I mean, any wind that was left in their sails has been taken out.
Baylor looking for some momentum, looks to pass with Sawyer. Sawyer looking to his left, has an open man, but he overthrows him. The intended target was Cole Wilson. Had him wide open, but just a little far over his head.
Yeah, I mean, he had the guy. It was going to be a tough spot. You had 2 guys a couple feet within Cole Wilson, but again, that's a throw at this stage in college football on a team with this much promise. Sawyer's got to make that throw. Wasn't under a lot of pressure, just flat out overthrew that ball.
Sawyer in the backfield, takes a snap, now looks to his right. And it is caught by Josh Cameron, breaking tackles, juking another man, spinning again. He's going up the field, and he is finally taken down near the midfield marker. And that will be a first down for the Baylor Bears. Now at the 48-yard line.
Again, just work inside the hash marks. That's where you want to live if you're Sawyer Robertson. And again, just great job. Give your receivers some open space cutting across the field. Let them catch the ball in stride, and they can make plays like that. These guys that Sawyer Robertson has in his receiving core, they're elusive. They can break tackles and get some good yards after the catch that we just saw right there. I think if you could just utilize that and keep it going, it'll be big for them.
And with that big play for Baylor, the third quarter has now come to an end. And we will be back soon with the start of our fourth quarter coverage with Baylor football on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com. And click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Welcome back to Baylor football on Baylor Lariat Radio as we start this fourth quarter. A first down and 10 for the Baylor Bears on their own 48. Sawyer Robertson set up in the backfield with Bryson Washington to his left. Takes the snap, hands it off to Washington. Washington going to the right. Washington has room. Washington going up the middle. There's a flag down, but Washington looks like, oh, he almost made it to the end zone, but was taken down. Looked like he was going to make it, but there was a flag thrown on the field.
Yeah, holding on the offense just erases that entire run.
That is deflating. Having all that running, going up, about to score, and having to get called back, that is something that you do not want to see if you're Dave Aranda.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a play that will make coaches pull their hair out. Well, luckily for Dave Aranda, he doesn't have that hair to pull out. But still, that just infuriates you as a coach. From the looks of it, that was by Josh Cameron on the outside. He had no business in that play. That run was right up the middle, and a holding on the outside, I mean, it's just unjustifiable.
And that was one of the biggest plays of the night running, and that has been something that has been a problem for Baylor. And so to have that would have been a big plus. But now, reality is the way it is for Baylor.
Yes, that erases a 49-yard run. Bryson Washington, 12 runs for 46 yards now.
They're trying to get things going with the pass again. Sawyer passes, and it is out of bounds. Target was Michael Trigg. Just nowhere near him on that play. Now going to be a second down and 18 on Baylor's own 40. Such a reversal from being down at what was most likely going to be the 1-yard line. Now Baylor's offense getting set up. Caden Knighton back onto the field. Sawyer takes a snap. Looking down the middle of the field, and he has Trigg again. That has been their go-to play tonight between Trigg and Sawyer Robertson. That quick, short, down the middle pass.
Yeah, and that turns a second 8 and 18 into a third and manageable for the Bears. Only 2 yards to get the line to gain.
Now a third down and 2. Caden Knighton still in the backfield to the right of Sawyer Robertson. Sawyer Robertson takes the snap, takes the handoff, throws it up in the air, and that one is caught by Cole Wilson. That one looked like it was going to be a risky one for a second, but Cole Wilson brings the ball in for a Baylor first down.
And with that catch, he eclipses 100 yards on his 6th catch. And this might be a connection we're going to see all season. Sawyer Robertson loving to go deep and finding Cole Wilson again. Already had a 57-yard connection earlier in the game.
Bryson Washington in the backfield now. 2 wide receivers to Sawyer's right, 2 to his left. Sawyer looking to pass again. Sawyer under pressure, dancing around the pocket, moving to his left. Throws the ball towards the end zone, and it will be incomplete as he was trying to find Ashton Hawkins.
Yeah, on that play, I'm looking at Sidney Fugar. Looks like there will be a penalty on Auburn, but on that play, I'm looking at Sidney Fugar. The left tackle is Sawyer Robertson rolling to his left. He has a late rush from an Auburn defender, and Sidney Fugar too late to recognize it, doesn't get the block, but Auburn bailing out the Bears once again with another penalty. Oh yeah, big holding.
Auburn penalties really helping out the Baylor offense. Sawyer hands it off to Bryson Washington. Bryson Washington trying to make something upfield. And he'll be down around the 10-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like that holding was by Kieron Crawford, the Buck.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 10-yard line. Baylor trying to make something of this drive.
You really got to capitalize on that penalty. You've been given a second life by the Auburn defense.
Sawyer takes the snap, hands it off to Washington again. Washington trying to find anything up the middle. Gets a few yards there, but just keeps getting stuffed by the Auburn defense. The run game just not being successful so far for the Baylor Bears.
Yeah, with Bryson Washington right there, does a great job of just putting his cleats into the grass, keeps on pushing, even with a couple Auburn defenders on his back, getting a couple extra yards after contact.
Now we'll have a 3rd and 3 at the 5-yard line. Sawyer in the shotgun, passes it to Michael Trigg, and he will find him in the end zone this time. Tried to find him earlier in the game, couldn't connect, goes right back to him, and that will be a touchdown for the Bears.
Great job by Michael Trigg. He was being defended by Kinsley Luder-Faustin, okay? And he had Ludor-Faustin on the inside, cuts and turns to the back and gets that back shoulder ball perfectly placed by Sawyer Robertson. And the Bears trying to put this one back within 7.
Connor Hawkins set to kick to make this a 24-31 game. And the kick is up, and it is good. Baylor back to within 1 score. It is now 31 Auburn, 24 Baylor, with 11:48 to go in the 4th.
Yeah, and that means there's plenty of time. Touchdown game. Now your defense needs to stop. That's what you need, and you need it. It's almost life or death to get this stop. But there's still plenty of football left. Almost 12 minutes left in this ball game.
And we will be back soon to see how the rest of this game shapes up with Baylor football on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Now we are back in action with Auburn up 31-24. As you listen to Baylor football on Baylor Lariat Radio. That was a big drive for Baylor, Jeffrey, getting them right back in this game. And now hopefully you will not have a kick return touchdown by Auburn if you're Baylor.
Yeah, that was just an absolutely fantastic drive by the Bears. And I mean, just a great throw from Sawyer Robertson to find Michael Trigg, get him on the back shoulder in the end zone to make this a 7-point game.
Now Connor Hawkins learning his lesson from last time, making sure it was a touchback so Rashawn Pleasant could not return it. We'll see Jackson Arnold and his group come back onto the field, trying to maintain this lead with 11:48 to go in the fourth.
Yeah, and that drive right there, the longest of the night for Baylor. 9 plays, 79 yards, 3 minutes, 49 seconds eaten up. Capped off by Sawyer Robertson's second passing touchdown of the night. He's now eclipsed 350 yards, 21 of 40 throwing, so now he's over 50%.
Arnold takes the snap. Alston begins to run, and Alston will be taken down with little gain. Now, this has been a thing in the entire game. Running on first down, getting no yards. And while Baylor might like that, there needs to be a change in terms of these first down play calls for both of these teams.
Yeah, and I think looking at it from the Baylor defense, I think if Auburn goes back to the run and you stop it, you're right. You have them right where you want them, because then that means they're going to throw. And if you can just contain Jackson Arnold, keep him in the pocket, he hasn't really shown his arm off too much tonight.
Arnold takes a snap, looking to his right, throws it to Jeremiah Cobb. And Jeremiah Cobb will be taken down by Devin Bobby. What a great tackle. Now we'll have a third down upcoming for Auburn.
And that's a veteran move right there. The strong safety, Devin Bobby, doing a great job of running downfield and having no issues with that open field tackle, sending Jeremiah Cobb to the ground. First chance he gets.
Now a 3rd and 8 on Auburn's own 27. Jeremiah Cobb still in the backfield. Arnold takes the snap, looking around, looks to his right, and finds his man. That will be caught by number 5, Horatio Fields. Under a lot of duress there, Arnold was able to make the throw and get the first down, with now Auburn being at the 36-yard line.
That's Horatio Fields' second catch of the game. Only 8 yards, though.
Trying to keep the tempo up. Jeremiah Cobb still in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Arnold hands the ball off. Cobb up the middle. And he will be hit hard by number 33, DJ Coleman, but not without getting a couple yards first.
Yeah, nice 5-yard run on first down. You're Hugh Freeze. You're pretty happy with that on the first down after having to sweat out the last set of downs.
Now 2nd and 4 on their own 42. Auburn looking to get another first down. Arnold hands it off to Jeremiah Cobb again. Jeremiah Cobb going to his left, avoiding a tackle, but he will be taken down by Devin Bobby. That play was blown up from the start. Excuse me, that was Phoenix Jackson blowing up the play. Now it will be 3rd and 3. Auburn on their own 43. Jeremiah Cobb behind Arnold. Arnold takes the snap, tries to go through. That will be taken down by Baylor defenders, but there is a flag on the play. It's a very pivotal call.
A really awkward place to throw that flag.
Now the hopes and dreams of the Baylor defense seem to be shattered as that penalty versus them makes Auburn have a first down once again.
Yeah, defensive holding call against DJ Coleman, the nickelback. It was kind of an awkward place to throw that flag. It was right behind the Baylor defenders making that tackle, and it didn't really seem like there was any place to get a holding right there.
1st and 10 at their own 47. They try to run it again, but there will be no place for Auburn to run the ball, as they will be quickly stopped.
Big set of downs right here for the Baylor defense. You don't want to give up another first down and let Auburn get in field goal range and give them the opportunity to make this a 2-score game.
Players being subbed in and out for Auburn. It will now be an empty backfield for Arnold. 3 wide receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Arnold motions a man over to his right. Looking, and will take a QB draw. Will take it himself. Goes up the middle, and he will be smothered by Baylor defenders. Matthew Fobbs-White being the primary tackler.
And Arnold's done a good job of getting down before getting hit throughout this game. Does a good job of sliding, but right there, just got blown up by Fobbs-White. And he went down hard. Now he's going to have to come back for a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, now 3rd and 3 on their own, on Baylor's 40-yard line. A pivotal play in this game. Can they make the stop? Jeremiah Cobb in the backfield. Now being motioned out to his right. Now Arnold will be back alone. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Malcolm Simmons, and he'll try to go up the middle. And it seems that will be enough for the first down. Arnold calling his own number again that we have seen many times tonight and succeeding.
Yeah, that read option jet sweep that they've done multiple times tonight worked very well. You get the slot receiver, a guy like Eric Singleton coming across the field. You either give it to him or you just let Jackson Arnold take it, and he only needed 3 yards, and he got enough.
Arnold with Cobb in the backfield, hands it off to Cobb, takes the pass. Cobb up the left side, and he will be taken down by number 32 of the Baylor defense.
That's Amarian Winston, the transfer out of Oregon. One of the guys that Dave Aranda said in fall camp had emerged as one of the leaders on defense, along with guys like Keaton Thomas and Jackie Marshall, who went down back in the first half.
Now Auburn with a 2nd and 7 on Baylor's 33. Jeremiah Cobb in the backfield again. Arnold hands it off to him. Jeremiah Cobb up to the right, and he will be taken down for little gain by number 31, Phoenix Jackson. And now we arrive back yet again to the 3rd and 3 on Baylor's 29-yard line. Arnold has called his own number many times on this drive. Will he do it again to breathe fresh life into Auburn's drive? Damari Alston now the running back in the backfield. Baylor motioning its defense. Arnold takes the snap. Alston going to his left with blockers in front of him. He'll be taken down by number 31, Phoenix Jackson. Phoenix Jackson making a lot of good tackles on this drive. And now Auburn deliberating as this will be a 4th down. 4th down and 3 on Baylor's 30.
Looks like it was going to be a 4th and 1, but Auburn was perfectly ready to just pound that ball 1 yard forward, maybe get a little bit of the tush-push going that we've seen from the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFL, but it looked like we were about to get some old-fashioned football, head-to-head contact, unstoppable force against immovable objects, but a timeout will delay this massive 4th down.
Auburn trying to decide on what they're going to do on this play. And we will have this 4th down call for you back when we return from this break. You have been listening to Baylor Football on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Welcome back to Baylor football on Baylor Lariat Radio. We are now have a 4th and 1 for the Auburn Tigers as they lead 31-24. They have been in third down situations many times in this drive. Baylor could not get a stop. And now their hope is to get a stop with only 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go. This game is very close to coming to a close.
Yeah, and Auburn on this drive really eating up clock. 11 plays for 48 yards have eaten up almost 7 minutes of clock. The Baylor drive with 11:48. Now there's only 4:40 left in this fourth quarter.
Damari Alston in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to Arnold's right. He motions a man to his left. Hands it off, tries to go up the middle himself, and there is open field for Arnold, and that will be another rushing touchdown for Jackson Arnold. That will make things 37-24 for Baylor. That's got to be deflating for the Baylor sideline.
Yeah, and they went all in on the jet sweep. I mean, they left a big hole open. Yeah, you can see number 45, Kylan Reed, got caught trying to stay with Eric Singleton going across the field with the jet sweep, but great read by Jackson Arnold. Had a lot of room to run and found the end zone.
Alec McPherson to kick the extra point, and that is good once again. The score is now 38-24, Auburn leading with only 4 minutes and 32 seconds to go. We'll be right back with you after this break to see what Baylor can do to respond. You've been listening to Baylor football on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Welcome back to Baylor football on Baylor Lariat Radio. Auburn just scored a touchdown, making it 38-24 with them leading. Now Baylor looking to make a response. Only 4 minutes and 32 seconds to go in the fourth, so there is little time to turn this game around.
Yeah, that last drive from Auburn, 12 plays, 75 yards, 7 minutes, 16 seconds taken off the clock, capped off by that big touchdown run by Jackson Arnold.
Alex McPherson kicks it off, and it'll be a touchback. Now Baylor will start at their own 25-yard line. And it has been rough for Baylor's offense, really kind of getting into a groove into the second half, getting some touchdowns, but then the defense just cannot stop the run of Auburn.
Yeah, this defense, I mean, again, this is just kind of the same things that we saw last year. Just it's difficult for them to make those open field tackles. It's difficult for them to really diagnose what the other team is running. And, I mean, Auburn doing a great job. 38 points now, 405 yards against that Baylor defense.
Now first down on their own 25. Baylor. Sawyer takes the snap, looking to throw, trying to create something. Throws it to his left, and it's just far out of bounds.
They try to find Ashton Hawkins there, who is pushed out of bounds by number 14, Rayshawn Pleasant. And so he just wasn't able to get to where the ball was supposed to be.
And now number 10, Amaris Williams for Auburn down, needing some help from the training staff to get off the field. And Baylor, they have to be perfect from this point on. Only 4 minutes, 25 seconds. Hypothetically, you take 2 minutes to score, take a minute to try to stop them, use all your timeouts, and then hope for a Hail Mary and a prayer at the end of the game.
Yeah, and I mean, you're going to need chunk plays from Sawyer Robertson. He looks good on the stat sheet, 21 for 41, 351 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks, a 147.3 rating. So on the stat sheet, he looks really good, but when you look at the game, in the first half, he was missing a lot of throws because he had pressure right in his face. But in the second half, he's not faced anywhere near as much pressure, but he's still missing a lot of throws. We see them go way too far in front. We see him go behind. We see him go too high. I think he really just needs to find that accuracy. Stat sheet looks good for him, but tonight he has not been on the mark.
Yeah, 50%, 20 missed passes tonight. And the run game, a far cry from what it was last year, really feeling the absence of Dawson Pendergrass, creating some of that, coming in and getting a big chunk play for Bryson Washington to rest. And Caden Knighton has tried his best, 4.8 yards to carry, but it's just nowhere near the same amount of impact. And now the game is completely turned, and they're down by 2 scores, and Auburn fans are getting involved, and this will be a tough hill for Baylor to climb.
Yeah, some of the Baylor fans having left the stadium. Still, majority of the crowd left with a little less than 4.5 in this ball game.
Sawyer Robertson in the backfield, looking to his right, and he finds a man down the middle, Cole Wilson. Another short pass that we have been talking about has been productive for them, but they rarely go back to. And then you see that play, success.
Yeah, well, I think at this point, it's a little too late to do these short passes. You need to go downfield. You need chunk plays because you're running out of time. There's only 4 minutes to go. and you need to get 2 scores and a stop.
Now realizing time is of the essence. Sawyer in the backfield throws it again, trying to get a big chunk play. Passes it down the field, and that will be a first down for Baylor. Caught by Ashton Hawkins. And getting out of bounds. Oh, he did not get out of bounds, excuse me. Now the clock keeps running. Baylor going to have to keep its tempo up. Washington in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to Sawyer's left, 1 to his right. Sawyer takes the snap, tries to do a quick pass once more. And gets a little far upfield. Again, his target is Cole Wilson. But still the clock is running. Was not able to fully get out of bounds and stop the clock. Now hurry up again. Bryson Washington still staying in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to Sawyer's left, 1 to his right. Back again to throw. Looking, gets hit as he throws. And it will be dropped by Michael Trigg, but there is a flag in the area that Mike Trigg dropped it.
And it looks like it'll be defensive pass interference. That's against number 5, Jaquez Robinson. Last year played 7 games for the Tigers, only tallying 1 tackle.
Another Auburn penalty helping Baylor get over its woes on offense.
Yeah, you just got to really capitalize. Auburn's defense giving them a lot of hope with these penalties.
Now a 1st and 10 for the Bears on Auburn 37. Bryson Washington staying in the game. Sawyer back to pass. Scrambling, going to his left. Tries to throw an off-balance pass, and it is dropped. Pass intended for Bryson Washington.
Yeah, hard throw to make.
And now a penalty called as well, a holding call against Baylor. That's a double whammy on that play. Incomplete pass and a holding call.
Yeah, and that's against the veteran right guard, senior Omar Ibedion. And again, it's killing the momentum. You can't make these mistakes. Even then, it was a difficult play for Sawyer Robertson, moving to his left, trying to throw to his right, but again, no gain is better than losing 10 yards.
Oh, 1st down and 20. Sawyer looking to pass again, rolling out. Passes down the middle, and that is caught. That's caught by Josh Cameron, breaking more tackles, and he will be dragged out of bounds, but not before getting a 1st down and inching Baylor further towards the end zone.
And that's exactly what the doctor ordered. You find him down the field in the middle, and he's great vision, being able to find his way to the left and getting out of bounds, stopping that clock. That's probably the biggest part of that run after the catch.
Now there seems to be some confusion among the refs and plays being stopped.
I think for Baylor, if they can score before that 2-minute warning, that could be a game changer for them. Basically add another timeout.
And they will need that for sure, because it is not a guarantee that they could get the 3 and out from Auburn. The extra 2-minute warning would definitely help. Now play has resumed. Bryson Washington in the backfield with Sawyer. Sawyer looking to pass once again. It's in trouble, and he will be sacked. He'll be taken down by number 15 of the Auburn Tigers. Keldrick Falk, a team captain for the Tigers, and right there showing his capability, taking down Sawyer and really halting this drive.
It looks like Baylor now having some urgency. Maybe they'll try to run a play before 2-minute warning. Get it off in time.
2nd and 16 at their own 26. Sawyer dancing, throws a bit, short shuttle pass to Bryson Washington. And that will go for barely any yards. And that will be third down for the Bears. And the 2-minute warning is now in effect. And we'll be back with you once the 2-minute warning is over. And we will see if Baylor can score on this drive. You've been listening to Baylor Football on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Welcome back to Baylor football on Baylor Lariat Radio. We now have a pivotal call for you, a 3rd and 13 for the Baylor Bears at Auburn's 23. After a short shuttle pass to Bryson Washington that didn't gain much yardage, Baylor's offense is hoping for something very quick as they are still down 2 scores.
Yeah, if I was Jake Spavital, if I was Dave Aranda, I would have loved to have that 2-minute warning when on defense, but just not a whole lot of urgency from the offense.
Now Sawyer in the shotgun, trying to make a pass, trying to make something happen, and it is over the middle to Trigg once again. And that'll be placed right down near the 10.
Yeah, you don't have that first down, so the clock's going to keep on rolling because within 2 minutes, clock will stop to move the chains on every first down. You didn't get that first down. You need to hurry it up. There's under a minute and a half left in this game, and you still need 2 touchdowns.
With urgency, they try to get back up to the line. Sawyer looking around, under pressure, and tries to throw it in the end zone, and it is dropped. It is dropped by Michael Trigg. He had it in his hands, and that will be a turnover on downs and looks to be the end of this football game for Baylor.
Yeah, I mean, you had one more prayer, and I mean, you couldn't really get down and bounce because that's just going to waste too much time. You had to go to the end zone. Michael Trigg sliding to try to make that catch in the back of the end zone, just couldn't corral it.
Just too far for him. And really, Auburn applying plenty of pressure to Sawyer there to make a throw that was just out of the reach of Michael Trigg.
Yeah, well, and that's ball game. I mean,
1 minute 17 to go now. Turnover on downs. Auburn coming out on the field. Can't expect much else than a couple run plays, timeouts, and then this ball game will be over.
Yeah, when you look back to this game, the inability to stop the run and inability to convert on 4th down.
And now Auburn running the ball again. Get a couple yards on that play from Damari Olson. Baylor takes a timeout, trying to conserve as much time as they can, hoping to get a 3-and-out and hoping to have a miracle.
Yeah, I think it's a little too late. I mean, yeah, at this point, it's nothing short of a miracle if they somehow find a way to even get close. I mean, yeah, you got to use these timeouts, and honestly, I think if you force a 3-and-out, you need a 2-play drive max, because you just don't have time. Time is of the essence, and you can't waste time.
And if Auburn gets this first down here, a 2nd and 6 on their own 15, that is set in stone that this game will for sure be over.
Yeah.
As no amount of timeouts will be able to stop them at that point.
Yeah, just a disappointing loss for Baylor. Just a lot of expectations coming into the season. game look like it'd be a good way to start off a really great campaign.
Hands it off to Jeremiah Cobb. Tries to fall forward for extra yardage. As Cooper Lance hobbled to get up. And it looks like now Baylor was indeed able to keep them from getting a first down. 3rd and 2 at Auburn's 19. Now this has been their struggle all day. 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 2s, 4th and 1s as we saw last drive. They have not been able to keep track of who's in the backfield, whether it's Arnold going to roll out, whether it's a wide receiver like Eric Singleton. Auburn has been able to get these 3rd downs, 4th downs with ease.
Yeah, and that read option offense that Auburn's been using all game, it's worked to a T. I mean, I don't think anybody expected Jackson Arnold to be this talented of a runner coming in to tonight.
And as you say that, Arnold takes it up the middle himself, calls his own number, and gets the first down. And that will seal the game, ladies and gentlemen. Now as the clock starts to wind down, there will be one more play run. But that is it. Auburn fans now standing up, cheering on their home team. Baylor fans leaving the stadium in advance. Very disappointing loss for the Baylor Bears.
And that brings up a lot of question marks. I mean, they're going to Dallas next week to play against SMU, whose quarterback runs a lot. I mean, he plays a lot like Jackson Arnold has today and Kevin Jennings. And you're going up against a team that wasn't, middle of the pack in the SEC, but that was a runner-up in the ACC, went to the college football playoff. So a lot of question marks that are going to have to be answered. I think with all the hype, all the expectations coming out of fall camp, Baylor did not live up to those whatsoever. And I think there's got to be a lot of soul-searching to do if they really want to turn this around. I mean, because that first half of the season, again, it's no joke. Like, you got SMU, you got ranked Arizona State, you got K-State, and then you got TCU. And how are you going to win those? How are you going to come out throughout the first half of the season with only 1 or 2 losses? I think that's a question that Dave Aranda's going to have to ask himself and his team.
And with a kneel down by Jackson Arnold that ended the game, now Auburn and Baylor players talking together at midfield. Now, the end of the game does not mean the end of our broadcast, as we will have a post-game show after this where we will go through some of our key and major points from this game. So stay tuned. We will be back after a short break with Baylor football on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Welcome back to Baylor football on Baylor Lariat Radio, as me and Jeffrey Cohen now have our post-game talk. And Jeffrey, what are some of your big takeaways for the Bears from this game?
I mean, on the defensive side, it just goes down to inability to stop the run. Auburn, a total of 415 yards, 307 rushing yards. That does not happen. 307 to only 108, okay? Jackson Arnold, the quarterback, he was more of a runner than he was a passer. I mean, he ended the game with 108 passing yards and 137 rushing yards. And he had more rushing attempts, too. And, I mean, it was just complete domination on that end. And I think for the Baylor offense, I think you can chalk it up to also the run game. I mean, they just couldn't get it going. But I think also just kind of some poor play calling down the stretch, as well as Sawyer Robertson just missing the mark, even though he ended with 419 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. That looks good, but he missed the mark. He missed some wide open guys plenty of times. And I think, these are questions that are going to have to be answered very quick. I think Dave Aranda is going to have to get his team together and really just find a way to come into Dallas next week and really get it together and punch SMU in the mouth. They got to be physical. They got to be great on both sides of the ball, especially on defense with that open field tackling. You're going to be going up against a great dual threat quarterback in Kevin Jennings, and you just can't let him run like they did for Jackson Arnold. But that'll do it from us here at McLean Stadium. Bears fall to the Auburn Tigers 38-24. We'll be back on the Lariat Radio in 2 weeks as the Bears take on the Samford Bulldogs. Make sure to stay tuned for updates on kickoff and when our broadcast will begin. You can follow us on Instagram at Baylor Lariat Radio. But we're also not done for tonight. Make sure to stay tuned or come back right here to Baylor Lariat Radio on YouTube for our post-game show. It'll be with Aidan Richmond, Aidan O'Connor, and myself starting at around 11:15, burning off some of the late-night fuel. We'll hope to see you there. Bears drop game one of the season, 38-24, as they'll head to Dallas to face ranked SMU a week from now. Well, thank you for tuning in. From all of us here at the Baylor Lariat Radio, Aidan O'Connor, I'm Jeffrey Cohen. Thank you all.